Welcome to the Olympia Tumwater Foundation's history series we call Talking Over Old Times. This is Don Trosper, reminiscing today about early transportation. In the very early days of Tumwater and Olympia, there was no railroad. In fact, no roads at all to speak of. New settlers had to come by ship to get here, or come overland over the difficult Oregon Trail to the Willamette Valley. From there, they had to slog their way up a horrendous trail through the virgin country between Cowlitz River and Puget Sound. It was called the Cowlitz Trail. Now I understand why many of those early settlers considered their town to be the end of the Oregon Trail, something many towns claim for themselves. After all, many of them made that extremely difficult journey overland from Missouri, and for various reasons decided that they'd not settle in the Willamette Valley but come further north to Puget Sound. While the Oregon Trail was difficult, the Cowlitz Trail was even worse. In the beginning, the trail required a flatboat or canoe trip down the Columbia and up the Cowlitz River to Cowlitz Landing, near the present-day town of Toledo in Lewis County. From there, they trekked north through virgin forest, thick underbrush, and muddy swamps. One wetland that was especially bad was near what we now know today as Chehalis. The trail led them through the amazing natural phenomenon called Mound Prairie, through what is now Tenino, and then eventually to the first real civilization they'd seen since Oregon, the Bush Farm, on land that is today the Olympia Airport. The George and Isabella Bush family were a godsend to the new settlers. Many of them were in bad shape, both physically and financially. The generous Bushes often let them borrow food, clothing, seed, and tools to get them started, saying only, "Pay us back when you can, after your crops come in." This generosity and strong character gained them the intense loyalty of the early area residents. In fact, they were incensed that because George Bush was part black, he couldn't legally own his own farm as a citizen. It even took an act of Congress to make that happen. Tumwater's own Michael T. Simmons was one of the representatives to the Monticello Convention down on the Columbia near what is now Longview. The settlers there petitioned Congress for separation from Oregon and formation of a new and separate territory, and then included the petition to let the Bushes own their own land. On March 3, 1853, President Pierce joined with the Congress in granting approval for everything except the proposed name of the new territory, Columbia. But Congress said the residents needed to name the new territory Washington to honor our first president. The settlers jumped at the offer, of course, and began an era that birthed the future state of Washington, thanks in large part to the efforts of the early Tumwater and Olympia settlers.